Well, Simone, you must be so pumped with that performance to think that the last time you met, round 5, only 2 goals in it, and then you were able to bump this one out to 20 goals. What did you make of the game?
I was really pleased. I was certainly pleased with the way that we were able to push on. It was really tight in the hard work in that first half, but I thought in that third quarter, we were able to create those openings for ourselves, and I was just happy with that last quarter to finish it. I think it's the first time we've won 4 quarters, so...
Good to know, I didn't know that.
Actually, have I got that right? I think so.
That's all right.
I'm pleased. I'm pleased with that.
Yeah, and you could see, I guess, the consistency over the quarter and the first 3 quarters, as you mentioned, just chipping away. What do you think was able to blow it out in that last quarter?
Capitalising on the opportunities that arose. I think that we did get a bit of ball in that last quarter, and we did make the most of it. I thought we were quite good at bringing the game ball through court, and there was some great accuracy, girls backing themselves on the shot as well. But I think probably defensively in the circle really started to work out in that super shot time, but even before that, the switches and the changes down there in the defensively.
Yeah,
I think we stayed in play better as well, to be honest,
yeah,
in that last quarter, because I think there was still a few times prior to that where we were just giving away like little daps, we call it, like little ones, which we released the pressure. So I thought we did a much better job in the last quarter of having the pressure on defensively, but not getting ourselves out of play.
And you talked about the super shots. At the moment, you're averaging 10 a game, but today 10 attempts, sorry. Today, 16 attempts.
Okay.
Is that a conversation that you're having within the group that you want to keep going to post on those?
You know what? It is and it isn't.
Yeah.
We started this pre-season right from the way back. It was like, that's back yourselves. We've got to go for it. You've got to have that element of the game, and I've also backed the girls out there on court to make, they're smart enough to make the choices and the decisions. And you know what? I sit there and go, oh, no, don't go for the 2. Oh, good shot, good shot, good shot. So, you know what? I've just got to back them to make those decisions and choices out there on court, and I do, because they're out there feeling it and doing it, and they're working hard on that element, all of them are working hard on that element of the game, and I love that right from the first quarter they went for it.
And Kiera, just off the back of that, how nice is that to have a coach that is willing to, I guess, put the power in your hands to figure it out yourselves whilst you're out there?
Yeah, it has been really nice, and I think we kind of had the mindset from pre-season that it's something that's in the game, and it has been and will be, and there's teams that use it really, really well, and then teams that probably don't use it enough. So it is finding that balance about when to take it, and each game is going to be different. So yeah, I think still backing ourselves and having these round games to really test what we can do will really help us come hopefully finals time. Yeah.
And you quietly went about your business today, as you generally do, but your season has been really consistent this year. What have you made of your season so far?
Yeah, I think consistency is probably something that has lacked in my game for a little bit, and it's not about going out and being the person that receives every second pass. I do love having ball in hand, but yeah, I think there's just such talent around the group, and we've had a few injuries and whatnot, but everyone's just really stepped up and taken, I guess, their role with 2 hands. And I think it's just so easy to kind of slot in and do what you need to do each week. So still things to work on, which is exciting, but just plotting along nicely.
Yeah, and you spoke about bringing in some of those youngsters, and we've spoken to Simone pre-game about it as well. How have you made the transition of those players coming on court? We saw Graham out there today, but also we saw Landon out there for 60 minutes. Again, a week where she's able to get 60 minutes under her belt. How important is that going to finals? Yeah,
so important. You never know what's going to happen, and you never wish an injury or anything like that. But having those girls out there to experience the physicality, the speed. I know Lil's probably looked a little bit nervous out there today, and that was probably one of the biggest pressure cooker games. It was obviously a bit of a gap towards the end, but it still feels quite physical and tight in the moment. So I was rapt for her to get out there and actually feel that intensity. And Shani's just growing week by week, and she's been in our environment for so long, and she just it just goes out there with a smile on her face and just wants to fit in and do her job. So, yeah, everyone's just really putting their hand up to do what's needed, and hopefully in a few weeks we'll get some of our girls back. But, yeah, it's a great little group of girls that we've got.
Yeah. And Simone, the headache when they do come back, when does it look like Kate Eddy might be back in the fold? I
think, and don't quote me, but I'm thinking if not next week,
Okay.
for next round, the round after.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
And Rogers?
Same thing.
Yep.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll find out probably midweek. We'll have a good indication on that. And they've been just working so well and so professional about getting themselves right and ready to come back. And we've been in that mindset. I haven't been thinking about it too much because it's such a long time. It's just like when they're ready, they're ready. So it is exciting to think that it's probably been longer than I thought. So it is exciting to think that it might be as close as a week, one game or two games.
And does that challenge the conversations around what role everyone plays? And you've got everyone that's just stepping up to the plate. It's a great thing to have.
It is challenging. The challenging part of it is that you have players come back that have not been out there on court for quite a long time. So it's getting that balance of them getting back up to that level and feeling it again when there's limited games to go and combinations. So you can we work on it as much as we can at trainings and with match play outside away from this, but to be able to get the combinations, the match conditioning out there on court in the real comp, that takes time across, and there's not a whole lot of games left, so that's the challenging part, but I'm happy to have that challenge.
Well, and you've got some challenging teams to come up against, like the Bears next week away, home, then to the Fever, and then away to the Firebirds, who are just starting to find some form too. What does that look like for the Vixens moving forward? What do you need to work on? How do you continue to be at that top pace going into finals?
Look, it's probably the most important thing is having games like Thunderbirds and having games against Fever. Probably nothing better in preparation. And you know what? You're looking at Firebirds. Yes, it's probably one of the three informed teams at the moment, isn't it? So that's your preparation going into finals. And we do take it game by game, but they're still, fighting it for placings and everything on the ladder, but that sort of hard, tough games are really important to our growth, and that's how we've looked at it all year.
And last one from me, Kiera came off with a bit of
I'm just being dramatic.
We weren't quite certain as to what it was. Was it a were you just winded?
Yeah, just winded.
Okay.
I just needed to get my breath, and I was like, there's 2 minutes left. I wasn't going to stop the game just to... I get Sophie to run out there. She can do some work.
Beautiful. Well, all the best for finals.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jackie.